I experienced bias, discrimination, and hatred for the first time in my life when I came out as a trans woman. I mean, prior to that, I had never had to think about my identity. To come out, like, I had to put on a lot of armor. I had to condition myself, and I still do. Like every single day, I have to put on armor to go face the world. My name is Natalie Egan. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm an entrepreneur, and I run a business called Translator. I think I've been in business since I've been about 5 years old. I've been constantly trying to solve problems and help people my whole life. Both my dad and my oldest brother were CEOs in corporate America, and I sort of learned from both of them. I wanted to be solving problems that corporations weren't willing to go fix. And I fell right into that profile of white male, alpha looking, alpha presenting. I didn't feel alpha inside at all, but that's the way I was sort of treated, and I took advantage of that. I oftentimes talk about I was the problem, right? My previous startup, the first 12 employees were exactly like me. It was the opposite of diversity, and it's what's created a lot of the problems that we're experiencing today. And it was hard to see at the time. I couldn't have seen it. And only now, having sort of stepped onto the other side and embraced my authentic self and come out, a lot of men have trouble seeing it, right? They have trouble seeing it. And I understand why they can't see it. I have empathy for why they can't see it, which I think puts me in a unique position to potentially create a more level playing field over time. Nothing, no matter how much I had prepared, nothing could have prepared me for how much coming out would change me inside. Coming out and going through this experience really changed how I see the world. And I've, as a result, committed and dedicated the rest of my life and my experience and my privilege to solving this problem. It doesn't make sense. The way that we behave as a human society, the inequality that is, institutional, it's no longer acceptable. We don't need it moving forward. The tribalism that got us to where we are as a human species is no longer necessary to go forward. I've spent my whole life thinking about this. So Translator builds diversity and inclusion software for corporations. It's a whole new part of an emerging sort of category of new technologies designed around diversity and inclusion. When I think about the future, I think about the future of diversity and inclusion being data-driven, and we will play a role in that. It's about equality for all. And we have a thesis at Translator that through technology and only through technology can we reach that type of state as a human race. I've always, since I was very young, kind of had this thought that technology was either going to save us or destroy us. It's really about incentives. In order to support the trans community, truly change things and change things for all marginalized individuals is to really get buy-in from the top. The what's in it for me for the CEO has to be answered, not the CEO granted permission to some people to do a thing so that they go away. In order to do that, they need to be able to measure things, which has been hard, which is why technology is great here, because we're going to be bringing a lot of data and metrics to this business of culture. And it can start with just simple as just having somebody come in and a transgender person come into your business and do a talk and share their experience, and that starts to soften things. There's a lot of people out there that are hiding, and that makes me so sad. Go find a place where you can really be you. You don't have to distract yourself with trying to change culture or trying to it's not fair to you. There's a reason that we're this way, and the logic of an argument isn't going to change it today. It's long-term sustained change and pushing and representing and showing up. It's just an exciting time to be in business doing this in particular. It's very fulfilling for me personally. We're playing a very long game is what I always tell people. We're gonna be around.